It doesn't take much watching of YouTube to notice how conversational and involving the top presenters and channels are with their audience. And then you see a bit of content marketing where someone is clearly delivering some very prepared lines or on message. And yes, you get the information, but it's not exactly natural. It's as if they haven't seen the big shift in culture to a more conversational style of video. Shouldn't everyone aspire to being conversational and natural and leave the presenting to people selling six-figure pyramid schemes? Well, maybe not. You see, presenting to camera in a structured way has some big production advantages. That is, if you're not able to just be interesting and chatty for 20 minutes without a stumble, which most people aren't. But first, a quick bit of history. Involving your audience in a chatty, down-the-barrel style is a disarming filmmaking device that goes all the way back to the first movies. Charlie Chaplin in A Dog's Life finds a wallet on the ground full of money and looks at the audience with raised eyebrows. This breaking of the fourth wall lets audiences participate in the constructed nature of filmmaking. It was a hit. Other silent film stars like Laurel and Hardy also used the same device. Presenting information to camera in a more controlled way was often the format of early advertising because there was no time to set the scene and tell a story. They had just seconds to sell their product or service in the moments before or after a movie. By breaking the fourth wall, they at least hoped to address their market directly. Even today, it's hard not to feel sold to when someone is presenting to camera in a structured way. Still sounds like you should be presenting in a chatty way, right? Thing is, the superstars that you've seen doing this really are not only early adopters who have carved out a large audience and honed their craft over years, there's a familiarity with their format and personality that makes viewers more patient with their waffle and repetition. Apart from Casey Neistat, who can do no wrong it seems. That's not a luxury you're likely to have as a small channel. Too much waffle and repetition will hit your retention rates, which affect everything else. Editing it out afterwards will cost you in time, a lot more time. And yet the metrics still point in that direction. OptinMonster cited a study from Wiseowl that says 75% of consumers have not bought a product because the voiceover annoyed them. You guessed it, it sounded like it was being presented. In fact, 83% prefer an informal or chatty voice. Presenting is better for production reasons, but audiences prefer the chat. Here's what we'd recommend. We think there's an in-betweener, which is what I'm doing now. You ought to get used to scripting your presentation in a chatty way and use a teleprompter to make production quick and simple. Over time, you may well progress to short stories told on social media and Instagram for that behind-the-scenes vibe and develop a truly chatty style of your own. But to get started, save your sanity, prep and then batch shoot your videos using a teleprompter. There's a review coming on the best teleprompter, so make sure you subscribe to get that. You can do so by clicking here. And check out this playlist to become a confident presenter. Oh, and one last thing, there's a link in the description where you can join our VIP YouTuber community. Think of this as a reward for those who really want to grow a YouTube channel. We'll email you our tutorials, help your channel thrive, and you'll get first dibs on live events and secret training.